every now and then. But I do apologize again. You can't stream, but you can always tune into the
Dire
game.
team's turn
I
to
cast
pick.
this into Dota TV, so you should be able to watch inside line. But
Mirana.
of course, I would appreciate your viewership and your follows on stream.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Beyond Infinity, though, they're gonna wrap up their draft with a Mirana as their third pickup. So that'll be a one-position Mirana that we've seen them run so many times in the past. Seen Blizzard playing the Mirana in a carry role, but this is it's a very risky move coming out from them because Mirana, in my opinion, Mirana is really a hit or a miss hero. That if she doesn't get that early farm rolling, she's reduced to nothing but a 5-second stun in these team fights. Don't get me wrong, a 5-second stun is an absolutely welcome addition to the battlefield, but you usually want Mirana to have oodles of magic damage coming out with the Aghanim Scepter and possibly even a Veil's pick up on her. One more pick on the board for Mineski before we move on to the fourth pick for Beyond Infinity. We should be seeing the final bans immediately after. Mineski.X now have two supports revealed in the form of that Vengeful Spirit and the Earth Spirit. Death Prophet's their middle laner. They need an off-lane pick as well as a one-position carry. And it's anyone's guess what's going to be picked up next. Two supports revealed in the form of that Vengeful Spirit and the Earth Spirit. Death Prophet's their middle laner.
Slog.
As well as a one-position carry.
Dire team's turn to pick.
Anyone's guess what's going to be picked up next. We'll go with the Slock as their next pick.
10 seconds remaining.
So Slock as their core, Venge as the hitter behind it.
5 seconds remaining.
The best lane that you want to be running, but it's up against a Slaughter in the off lane. And Slaughter is not the most adept at picking up an Iron Talon and moving into the jungle. Oops, what on earth have I clicked on here? I think I clicked on one of the spell indicators. My bad. Oops, what have I clicked on here? I think I clicked on one of the spell indicators. My bad. Beyond Infinity with a minute and 20 seconds on the reserve clock now ticking down. You've got a third pick coming out from them, so they're still looking for their support unless I've analyzed this wrong and we're looking at a support Mirana coming out from them. As far as support options go, they're gonna go with the axe. Okay then, so they're going greedy. We've seen them do this in the past. As we should see no chance handling the axe in the jungle. They do know that there's a roaming Earth Spirit though, so that might not be the best choice coming out from them.
10 seconds remaining.
As for Beyond Infinity, a fifth and final pick, what do they go for here? Mineski.X, they've got a ban on the board, so Beyond Infinity is still looking for their middle lane hero. Mineski.X should have recognized this. Something that deals well with the Death Prophet should be banned out here. Possibly the Queen of Pain, maybe even the Tinker getting banned out by Mineski.X. And quite honestly, I don't see any reason why Beyond Infinity can't just pick up the Tinker yet again. The only real tools that they have on the side of Mineski.X to deal with the Tinker are the Earth Spirit with the long-range Boulder Smash, and of course, the Vengeful Spirit to provide vision with the Wave of Terror. With the Batrider ban coming out, I'm calling it. We're going to see another Swifty Tinker or a Swifty Invoker this matchup, either of which would be great. Pretty sure when I call it, I'm going to be wrong here. Every time I try and predict something with 100% accuracy, I end up being wrong. But anyway, Mineski.X is still looking for an offlaner of their own. And they should we do notice the Batrider being banned out already, so what options are they left with really? No Beastmaster, no Batrider, no Darkseer, which means we could be seeing them revert to a Timbersaw. Honestly, the Timbersaw would work well in that 2 versus 1 setup with the Lion trying to zone him out. Not the most efficient at breaking through that reactive armor. And also, knowing that it's going to be a jungle axe, Timbersaw could make mincemeat out of both the Mirana and the Lion. And all at the same time, there's double strength cores on the side of Beyond Infinity. Well, not exactly cores, because axe may or may not be a core.
Radiant team's turn to
So,
pick.
with 2 strength heroes on their side, the Timbersaw does seem to fit the bill. But it'll be a Queen of Pain as the 5th and final pickup from Beyond Infinity, so Cloud X was left. Mineski.X going with their fifth and final one. Do they go with the Timber Sword after all, or maybe they pick up the Venge? Oh, so why am I saying the Venge? The Nature's Prophet to augment their push. And is already looking fairly strong with the Death Prophet Exorcism and the Vengeful Spirit. Do they go with the swap to initiate? After all, or maybe they pick up the Venge? Oh, so why am I saying the Venge? The Nature's Prophet to augment their push. And is already looking fairly strong. Well, for those of you just tuning in once again, you're watching the International 6 Southeast Asian Open Qualifiers. I'm Cloud.X, bringing you Beyond Infinity versus Mineski.X. It's an India versus Malaysia matchup going down here. And now, the quarterfinals. I'm Cloud.X. One of these two gets knocked out, the other one progresses to the best of three semi-finals. Like I skipped a couple of steps there, not the grand final already. And yes, I do realize there is lag on the stream, which is, well, I'm gonna have to throw out a preemptive apology for that one, folks. Unfortunately, there's really nothing I can do about this. My ISP just decides to give me the finger every now and then when trying to stream on Twitch. But rest assured, folks, you can watch this game inside Dota TV as well. There is a ticket up for the International 6. But as the teams leave their base, I seem to be getting some packet loss. Just perfect. Extinct, gonna be handling the Venge. They've already smoked and left the base. We've got Death Prophet Death Prophet played by Kang. Earth Spirit gonna be handled by X Nova. Zai on the Tidehunter, and Slark gonna be handled by Johnny. On the other side of the river, you've got Beyond Infinity, no chance playing that Axe in the support role, I would assume, or rather the jungle role. Zerisbug's gonna be playing the hard support line. Blizzard. On his Mirana, he's actually going off lane, so they are prioritizing farm on Axe, making him a full-fledged core. With Slaughter played by Barasai, he's usually their off-laner, but I'm not entirely sure where he's headed, leaving Swifty on the Queen of Pain. The early wards have been planted down here by Mineski.X. They got a sentry ward to block out this camp. That'll slow down the Axe's farm a little bit in the jungle. And they've got an observer ward placed down to overlook both the Tidehunter and the Axe do well. But let's talk about that later, because Blizzard's about to forfeit first blood. He just walks out ahead and tries to shoot out an arrow on his way to death. But Extinct will claim that kill. But yeah, as I was saying, this Tidehunter and Axe matchup, they're both heroes that do well in a 1v1 melee versus melee matchup. But given that the Axe does a truck ton more damage with the counter helix, and he's not really dependent on mana to dish out his damage, I think the Axe will be the one to come out ahead in this laning phase. Bottom lane, again, Blizzard could be in for a rough ride here. He'll throw down the arrow, catching just a small creep there. But did he get the large Satyr Dark Troll? No, he just got a miniature creep. Arrow shot out there, so he's just completely getting zoned out of this bottom lane. Well, middle lane, Kang seems to be asserting his dominance a little bit. Swifty's sitting at 7 CS, so they're both going blow for blow in the middle lane. Kang's taking a few more Shadow Strikes to his face. That's a level 2 Shadow Strike doing some good work on him. Swifty committing to this. He even blinks up onto the high ground and chunks away with a few more hits. But he'll end up copping a tower shot on his back on his way out. Level 2 Shadow Strike doing some good work on him. Swifty committing to this. He even blinks up onto the high ground and chunks away with a few more hits. That is Bug. Still at level 1 on the line, not finding too much time to sit down and farm, but mid, Swifty. Uh-oh, this could be his death. The silence, the rolling boulder's off point from X Nova, and Swifty will survive. Kang trying to beat bait with low HP. He's unable to set that one up perfectly. X Nova, unfortunate there. I'm pretty certain if they connected with the rolling boulder, they'd have been able to get that kill on Swifty. If nothing else, they'd have forced out a base rotation from him. But for now, he's calling out his bottle, and it will be hale and hearty by the time they jump him next. But we do see the Earth Spirit waiting in the wings. He wants to make a play again. Swifty, now back away, knowing that it's too dangerous to stay up onto the high ground like this. Back at top lane though, no chance. He's doing his thing. You've actually had a full-fledged jungle Slaughter coming out this game. I apologize for that, folks. Some idiot with a bike who doesn't have a silencer under my building. I think he's gonna get laid if he plays, if he revs his bike at max volume and disturbs the entire neighborhood. Anyway, back to the game. Blizzard, there's gonna be a TP to back him up here as the Slaughter will come in and give him a sentry ward. So they have spotted out this observer on the cliff. That'll give Blizzard a little more money. 100 gold to be precise. Oh, X-Nova. He's leashed a lot of EXP from this middle lane. He's up to level 3. Oh, the Queen of Pain. Well, they've actually managed to give Kang enough EXP, so I'm not too sure where X-Nova got all this experience from. X-Nova. He's leashed a lot of EXP from this middle. He's even gonna start stacking the Ancients while the Tyrant has stacked some creeps of his own. So they're making this yin and yang formation while stacking up creeps at the moment. Zai. That's gonna be his catch-up mechanism, realizing that he can't do too much versus this core axe on the top lane. On the bottom lane, Mirana. She's got just 5 CS attributed to her name, with the Slaughter rotating down as well. It looks like Barasai will be taking up the more core-ish role here. Swifty could be in for a rough ride. They've got the rolling boulder and the boulder smash. They'll start with the rolling boulder. I mean, the geomagnetic grip as Swifty. Looks like he's gonna die. One more auto attack from Kang will secure the kill. His Death Prophet scores a kill on the middle laner. So 2 for 0 now. 4 minutes in, you've got Mineski.X taking the lead. The early game phase. Not looking great in his bottom lane. Johnny gonna get cupped by a 5-second arrow from Blizzard on the back of that crush. Barasai almost losing his life in the bargain, but they managed to secure their retreat. But that should be a base trip for Barasai. He doesn't have a salve on him. Okay, looks like there was a salve? I heard a salve being popped. I'm not sure who or where. Okay, that was Johnny popping his own salve on the slot. Back at middle lane though, Swifty. He's now being scouted out. No, he's actually put down his own observer ward, so he's gonna have some vision on that Earth Spirit if he comes in for another rotation. But that was an Earth Spirit gank under cover of an Invis the last time. Zai, body blocked by the line. No chance he's trying to get in position here for the call. They'll get the Earth Spike off. Then the call will follow up. Zai's gonna take some damage. The RNG gods will bless. No chance for now. They need some more spins though. The creeps at his back. The Tide at his front. They'll get the spin and then the dunk. No chance scoring the kill on the Tide Hunter. Making it 2 for 1. He's going for the Vanguard rush this game, not opting to rush that Blink Dagger. Just trying to be as tanky as he can. Be a nuisance on the map for Mineski.X. But that Blink will follow shortly after, given that he's going to get a sub 8-minute Vanguard this game. Just trying to be as tanky as he can. Be a nuisance on the map for Mineski.X. But that Blink will follow shortly after, given that he's going to get a sub 8-minute Vanguard this game. Meanwhile, at bottom lane, Barasai going to work on these creeps. He's up to level 6 now. He's at level 5 now, getting close to that level 6. With the amp damage coming online, they could try and make some plays. But I really feel like the Blink Daggers and the Axe and the Slaughter are going to be the most crucial tools at their disposal. Find these pickoffs. Death Prophet is really squishy this game when you look at what's coming out from BI. If that arrow clips, he could be a dead one, but no. She will survive. The Observer on her own high ground allows her to spot that arrow coming in early on.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Barasai almost loses his life again at the bottom lane. Looks like these guys are getting really aggressive on the side of Mineski.X. Go with the coming through to the side. The creep wave will now move towards the bottom tier 1 tower and stop. No chance and Zed's Bug are about to make mincemeat out of the tier 1 tower themselves. Tyrant deciding that he's not going to add too much value there, decides to just move into the jungle instead, getting closer to his arcane boots and also closer to that Ravage as he's about to hit level 6. Blizzard, he's going to fire the arrow off here. Venge is actually getting really aggressive. Extinct is going to move into the jungle here, possibly to drop down a deep observer ward. He's going to drop it in a less conventional spot. That'll provide vision of a little bit of the jungle area. Not exactly looking at the tier 2, but they will see possible rotations coming in. But Johnny, he's been crushed up. There's no line for the arrow. They do have the Starstorm available. They'll drop it, but Johnny pops the Shadow Dance. He will get crushed by the Slaughter. And Slock will not be able to find a solo kill there. But at mid, you've got Death Prophet running down the Queen of Pain. The exit system's been used as well. Now this bug slowed by the Spirit Siphon. Kang will be run down by the Axe as No Chance makes his presence felt at the middle lane. They're still going to work on this tier 1 tower as No Chance will take the creep wave away, preventing the Death Prophet from finishing the job on it. So once again Swifty loses his life. The Death Prophet gets herself a second kill of this game. While at bottom lane, Blizzard isn't getting too much either, while No Chance, he's leading the CS charts this game, and he even has that tower goal to pad his net worth. 4,400, he's skipping the Vanguard now, and just building in towards the Blink Dagger. He can always pick up the Ring of Health later on and finish that Vanguard. So we're looking at an 8-minute Vitality Booster, Blink Dagger, and Tranquil Boost on this axe. There's a lot of pressure on No Chance now to make the plays for his teammates. Let's see if he can actually make something happen here. We're looking at an 8-minute Vitality Booster, Blink Dagger, and Tranquil Boost on this axe. There's a lot of pressure on No Chance now to make the X-Nova. He's up to level 5 on the support Earth Spirit as well. Just 3 and 1, 8 minutes into this game. So both teams start things down.
Dyer's middle
Ellie
tower
managed
isn't
to
going
go.
to last long.
Well, I'm lagging again. Thank you, Potato Internet, for doing this to me during TI6. Ellie managed to go. Well, I'm lagging again. Thank you, Potato Internet, for doing this to me. No chance here. We get the blink on Veil with the call. The Sonic Wave Kang's taking a beating. The Star Storm comes through as well. The arrow's not going to get thrown down, but Blizzard will find a much needed kill there on his Mirana. His rotation proving to be successful, as does that of the axe. So Death Prophet, his snowball start has been slowed down. No chance. He spotted this stack. You can see him licking his lips there, thinking of going in for that. But the wise decision is to stay away. On Extinct, drops down a sentry, thinking that No Chance came in there to drop a ward. You can see him licking his lips there, thinking of going in for that. But the wise decision. Bottom lane, Johnny getting crushed, but then there's the slaughter getting initiated upon. They've even got the Moonlight Shadow expended to keep Barusai alive. He's moving forward now, looking for the crush on someone. You've got the Death Prophet coming in as well. X-Nova will not be initiated upon. They know that they don't have enough to blow him up, but maybe with the Finger of Death they just might have had it. But they'd have definitely ended up trading at least one more kill in exchange. On Axe, he's actually tried to steal some of his Ancients. He does actually get a couple of them taken down. Zai going to work on him himself now. No chance. Almost has that Vanguard in addition to the Blink Dagger, while Johnny's moved towards the middle lane. He's gonna try and get aggressive with the Shadow Dance available. No chance. But no stacks were contested. Zai finds the kills on those ancients, and with that, he'll be able to get his early mechanism online. He's starting to pull ahead in terms of net worth as well, or rather catch up in terms of net worth. We've got 3 heroes on the side of Mineski.X in the top 5 spot. Now Axe stays ahead of all of them in the first place, with a Vanguard now finished up as well. While this Axe is getting huge, Mineski.X is doing a good job of just dodging his rotations. Knowing that they can't fight into him at the moment, they're just going to try and split push and take towers. But No Chance says none of that is going to happen on my watch. They pop the smoke. They're going to walk into the Slock in the jungle. So Johnny's been scouted out, and the rest of Mineski.X will immediately duck their heads under their own tier 1 tower, thus dodging the smoke gang from beyond infinity. It definitely does favor Mineski.X to slow this game down. The way BI has drafted, they don't really have any source of physical DPS. Well, they've got the Slaughter with the amp damage for physical DPS in the late game phase, but I don't expect him to be building as a hard hitter as opposed to a utility stun-based hero for initiation.
Dyer's top tower is
Mirana
under attack.
hasn't really gotten too much farm either. While she has built the arcane boots, it's going to be a long time before she can actually finish up the Aghanim sector, if that's what she's going to go for. Mirana hasn't really gotten too much farm either. While she has built the arcane boots, Kang, X-Nova, and Extinct, making their way up towards the top lane again, skillfully dodging these beyond infinity movements, as they should be able to trade 1 for 1 with these tier 1 towers. Bottom tier 1 still on about full HP here. Top pretty much in the same boat. But they have a TP. No Chance does have a TP scroll available, so they could try and commit for this. But Mineski.X is prepared. Look at this. They've got a ward placed down behind and one placed down deep in the jungle, so they would have spotted any rotations coming in, or even TPs coming in for this defense. With the exorcism expended as well, Mineski.X will take this tower comfortably, and beyond infinity will not even think about taking down the tower. Slark, he's been scouted by the Observer Ward Canyon, and they have him in time. He's got the Dark Pact. They'll get the Hex. No, he's got the Shadow Dance available as well. So quick move flexes from Johnny. You can see him making his escape. The call comes out from the Axe for Johnny. He's about to get bursted. The Sonic Wave and the Finger get committed for that normal. Sees the Slark sent to his grave. X-Nova taking some damage. The stun comes out under No Chance, but he's under cover of the Invis from the Moonlight Shadow, and he does have a TP scroll to get away from this. Even though the Magnetize does some work on him, it will not be the end of his life. The tier 1 taken down at bottom, a kill on the Slaw in exchange for their own tier 1 at top, a trade that beyond infinity will take all day, every day. However, Mineski.X are now looking to make some plays of their own as Zai's got the Ravage online and has moved himself towards the middle lane. X, he's thinking of jumping in on this Death Prophet, but I don't think they have the tools needed to blow him up in time. Especially not with the mech on that Tyrant Hunter standing just one step behind. And has moved himself towards the middle lane. X, he's thinking of jumping in on this Death Prophet, but I don't think they have the tools needed to blow him up in time. Especially not with the mech on that Tyrant Hunter standing just one step behind. Johnny, with that Shadow Amulet pickup, he's opting to go for the Shadow Blade this game. I wonder if he's gonna opt to finish up the Silver Edge before getting himself the Echo Saber, if that's what he chooses to go for, that is. I'm not certain if the Silver Edge disables the counter helix as a passive on the axe, but right now Barca has got his own blink dagger available as well, so they've got that double blink initiation that they need on the side of Beyond Infinity. So we could well see them trying to take some team fights, but the threat of that Ravage is enough to prevent PI from grouping up his 5, as we do see the Queen of Pain continue to farm up and push out mid. Online continues to leech EXP wherever he can. Well, they might have to come back for defense on this bottom lane. 40 seconds till the Moonlight Shadow's back. Mineski.X will back away again. Johnny pinging out observer ward positions with the Shadow Dance not activating. They know that there's a ward in the general area here somewhere, but they can't lock down on it just yet. Mineski.X will back away again. They're gonna commit with the exorcism ready. Maybe they're gonna expand it. There we go. Kang going to work on the tier 1 tower, and immediately Beyond Infinity takes 2 steps back. Bottom side though, he's waiting in the wings. He wants to jump in on this, but the way that Mineski.X has spread out, they're not gonna get caught out as a unit. Extinct immediately swapping away Kang. This is a good fight for Mineski.X. The Ravage connects onto 3 as well. No chances down, as is Blizzard. Immediately swiftly blinks away while Zenbug turns around with a 3-man Earth Spike, which only delays the inevitable, which is his death. A 3-0 fight taken there by Mineski.X. Beyond Infinity had the wrong idea there, trying to fight into the Ravage and the Exorcism. But the real drawback with Mineski.X's lineup is that they're on a clock. The Ravage and the Exorcism have these huge cooldowns, which Beyond Infinity can abuse at the moment. They should know that these spells are on cooldown. Even though they lost 3 casualties on their side, they need to try and force a couple of towers of their own now. We should see them grouping up. They're already going to work on X Nova, but he'll immediately rolling Boulder away after stunning 2 with that Boulder Smash. They need to try and force a couple of towers of their own. Zai once again docking his head back into that ancient stack. It's just a 2 stack for now that he'll be able to clean up with the Anchor Smash. Well, that'll bring him 1 step closer to the Blink Dagger of his own. Zai, the way he's playing right now, he's just able to walk in and get a Ravage off on 3 heroes. I don't think he's gonna need a Blink at this rate. Might even opt to finish up the Greaves first. The way he's playing right now, he's just able to walk in and get a Ravage off on 3 heroes. I don't think he's gonna need a Blink at this rate. Meanwhile, Swifty, he's got himself the Yule Scepter. He's just going for items that'll help him survive through the silences on the side of Mineski.X. Meanwhile, Swift, it's also a good way to deal with the magnetized damage from the Earth Spirit. He's just going for at the same time though, Death Prophet's gonna get a use of her own. Slaughter's Tower Deny will slow down the progression on it, however. As Blizzard is now inching his way closer and closer towards the Aghanim Scepter. For Mineski.X though, it's pretty straightforward. The game plan is to group up every time the Ravage comes back off for cooldown, every time the Exorcism is back off cooldown as well. They just gotta group up as 5 and take down an objective, be it a tower or a Roshan. On Beyond Infinity, they should have recognized this. They should have grouped up immediately after that lost team fight at bottom and really forced the issue, because they haven't gotten any towers of their own after that. And now they just left clutching at straws while they continue to farm up. The longer this game goes though, I feel like the more favorable it gets for Mineski.X, with the Slark and the Death Prophet getting bigger and bigger. Padosai is walked in, immediately blinks away there, thus dispelling 3 smoked heroes, or revealing 3 smoked heroes on the side of Mineski.X, with X Nova still staying on the cover of it. They're gonna group up at top, so again, the textbook Dota game plan coming out from them. Mineski.X grouping up when they feel that they've got that power spike. Again, we'll expand the Exorcism to claim this tower. The question is, Infinity they have no coming up. Got Ken as well. I see SWAT. I'm so sorry about this, folks. The lag is real. And it looks like I'm gonna disconnect in this fight. I'll try and give you guys a recap. But as the fight continues, it's a 1-for-1. They did manage to bring down the Death Prophet, so no more exorcism available. Looks like the Ravage would use no chance. Jumps into the call. I can see now as they'll get a Starstorm off on 2 as well. Did not manage to get the kill. Nova found away with the Boulder Smash. It's a double kill for Johnny behind though as he's brought down the Slaughter. Queen of Pain gets the Earth Spirit, but the call from the Axe will keep him alive a little longer. He's got no dunk available. Queen blinks in again, gets swapped further into enemy territory, heals herself up, and might be able to blink away to safety, but there's Swifty about to lose his own life beyond infinity, suffering a whole bunch of kills with Johnny getting an ultra kill. And again, I'm lagging.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
About to lose his own life beyond infinity, suffering a whole bunch of kills with Johnny getting an ultra kill. And again, I am so sorry about the lag, folks. It is as frustrating for me as it is for you, but there's really nothing I can do about this. It's just the hand that we've been dealt here, sitting in Mumbai with a crappy ISP. I am so sorry. Hopefully it's just gonna settle itself, but you guys need to put your hands together and pray. There's really nothing I can do about this. It's just the hand that we've been dealt here, sitting in Mumbai with a crappy ISP. Well, let's try and give a recap of what happened. Get a recap of what happened in that fight. There's Mineski.X with a slight net worth advantage going their way, 2,000 net worth to be precise, with about 4,000 EXP headed the way. This time around, the Beyond Infinity has the right idea. Recognizing that those big ticket ultimates are on cooldown, they're gonna group up and try and make a play with this smoke. Let's see if they can find someone. I'm gonna see that Death Prophet illusion in the pit, and I hope to God they don't blow something on it. Recognizing that those big ticket ultimates are on no, they're not gonna commit on it. Johnny immediately gonna pop the Shadow Blade, but he didn't pop the Shadow Dance, nor did he pop the Dark Pack. That's the death of the slot. This Blizzard gets the money for it. A dominating streak taken away. That is as crucial a kill as Beyond Infinity could have asked for, honestly. Getting the one position hero that's just snowballing at this point is a blessing in disguise for them. Getting the one position hero that's just snowballing at this point is a blessing in disguise for them. Well, unfortunately, I'm lagging again. I want to go slap my internet guy so hard, man. This is just frustrating as hell. You guys won't believe it. I've changed 3 ISPs, actually 4 ISPs over the last 3 to 4 months, and every single one is crap. This is just frustrating as hell. You guys won't believe it. I've changed
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
over the last 3 to 4 months, and every single one is crap. Mineski.X gonna try and mount a defense here, and they'll TP themselves towards the bottom lane here. That tier 2 tower
Dire's top tower
could
is under
be
attack.
about to take a fall. But BI, they need to be careful. Johnny's coming in here. He's not been scouted out here. His Shadow Blade and Echo Saber could be put to use. If they could jump in with the Ravage as well. They don't have the blink. They opted to go for the reach on him. Heals up onto the Queen of Pain. The Boulder Smash goes from under her. The silence comes through, however, the Moonlight Shadow keeps her hale and hearty. Not healthy enough, as Johnny will land the pass and will get the kill anyway. Queen of Pain meets her maker, and the Exorcism was baited out by Kang. Again though, I think it's okay for Beyond Infinity. They managed to bait out that Exorcism, and if they can keep their tower alive through this, Beyond Infinity will group up and fight. Indeed they will. The Exorcism runs out. However, they do have a Ravage to work with on the side of Mineski.X. And if they can keep their tower alive through this, Infinity will group up and fight. Indeed they will. The Exorcism runs out. X, look at this cheeky play attempt here coming out from Mineski.X. As he wants to jump in. He does have a TP scroll. He's even got the Blade Mail, and now he picks up a Buckler.
Bottom tower needs some
They
help.
are gonna try and fight the bottom lane, but they know that the Axe is here. This Observer Ward has spotted him out. And SKX not willing to commit, instead just de-warding the map and claiming map control and vision around this area. The bottom lane, but they know that Casual roll forward from X-Nova, hoping to find someone as he drops down that Observer Ward. Johnny's coming in though, he's gone in on Blizzard, he can't leap away from this, and Blizzard could be going down. The crush comes through, the Polar Smash is there, it barely misses on Blizzard while Axe whips the call on himself behind. They can't lock down on Johnny to finish the job on him.
Always did get short shrift.
SKX. They managed to take that tier 2 tower after all, and Beyond Infinity have no response for this whatsoever. Swifty continues to farm at this top lane, pushing out the waves. They're playing from behind Beyond Infinity. It's a 2000 net worth and 4000 EXP lead going in favor of Mineski.X. But for all the firepower that their lineup brings, they're gonna have a hard time breaching high ground versus BI. Up against that triple blink lineup, which is eventually gonna show itself as the Lion will pick up a blink eventually, I'm hoping. As for Mineski.X, as far as initiation tools go, the Tidehunter is about to get his blink tagger as well. Already having those Greaves online is quite a boon for them. As we will see Barosai getting smashed by the boulder smash there. The Ancients do get contested here, but Zai's gonna come in and clean up on them anyway. As Beyond Infinity cannot commit. They can't take a fight when the Exorcism and the Tidehunter Ravager are online. All Mineski.X has to do is stick together as a 5-man unit. But Zai's gonna come in and clean up on them anyway. Beyond Infinity cannot commit. They can't take a fight. And here we go again. They've hit that window of opportunity where they'll pop a smoke and try and make a movement into the enemy jungle. If they can find a pick off or two close to the tier 2 towers, we could well see them breaching through to the high ground. And here we go again. They've hit that window of opportunity. That Observer Ward not providing vision on these two smoked heroes. They could be feeling secure under their towers, but we already see no chance in Ko getting under their own tier 3s. Their spidey senses have tingled, and they know that something's up. Here we go, Kang, not gonna waste another moment, just immediately expending the Exorcism. Beyond Infinity still keen to fight with this. They've popped the Moonlight Shadow of their own as they're walking out, but again, it's Mineski.X that'll walk away from this. Did they spot out that Moonlight Shadow initiation or rotation coming out? I'm not too certain what prompts them to back away from this with the Moonlight Shadow already expended. I mean, with the Exorcism already expended, but they're going back in for round 2. Let's have a look at Barosai here. He's thinking of jumping in. Axe. Does he commit to this? They will go through, but it's a little too late. Barosai getting hit with a gush immediately after the arrow. Will not hold Kang in position long enough. Now with the Exorcism down, no chance about to get run down as well. He's got a Blade Mail available. He calls, but that gets dodged. He pops his Blade Mail and stands his ground, but the Ravage will come through, connecting onto 2. Axe is dead. The swap is there. Onto the line as well as the Barosai Slaughter. A big Sonic Cave. They'll connect on almost everyone. Tidehunter is dead. The gem is on the floor, but everyone on the side of Mineski.X is hale and hearty as they'll bring down 4 and are about to bring down 5 on the side of Beyond Infinity. The silence perfectly placed by X Nova. We'll see Beyond Infinity wiped from the face of this Dota map as Mineski.X will start to dish some damage on the tier 3 as well. A 5-for-1 exchange, one that heavily favors Mineski.X as they prove to be the victors in that skirmish right outside Beyond Infinity's doorstep. In fact, the tier 3 tower is down and the first lane of Raxus could be going down as well. Is this the end of the road for Beyond Infinity? Is the Indian dream dead? Because the Malaysian dream is looking hella strong right now for Mineski.X. Beyond Infinity now playing with 1 melee Rax taken away from this. Well, they have come back from a similar situation just a few minutes ago. Okay, we've got a pause coming out from the Earth Spirit. Turns out I'm not the only one that's lagging apparently. Well, they have come back from a similar situation just a few minutes ago. Okay, we've got a pause coming out from the Earth Spirit. Again, folks, let me apologize for the lag. If there was something I could do about this, you can rest assured that I would. But I've been trying for months and years now to fix my goddamn it. Again, folks, let me apologize for the lag. If there was something I could do about this, you can rest assured that I'll have a little more of an easier time running streams from India. God damn it. Again, folks, let me apologize for the lag. If there was something I could do about this, you can rest assured that I'll have a little more. Okay, resume calls are gonna come out. Blizzard, he does have the Aghanim Scepter online now, but I'm starting to feel like it's a little too late for them. They've still got the opportunity to do a lot of AoE burst damage with the Starstorm, the Crush, and the Axe Call. But at this point, I feel like Mineski.X can just tank through most of it. And if the Tidehunter is not the one to get caught out in that, he's just immediately going to come in with a Blink and a Ravage. And of course with the Greaves to follow it up. BI, what can they really do here to fight back? I do feel like they messed this one up. The only way that their lineup would have come out ahead is if they fought when the Ravage and the Exorcism were on cooldowns, but they just couldn't find those opportunities. Mineski.X played some very defensive Dota, and I've got to say they turtled really well while their spells were on cooldown and showed a lot of calm and controlled aggression when they had the Ravage and the Exorcism. Every single time they've got an objective on blowing that Ravage. With that tier 2 tower going down at the top lane, you've got every single auto tower down for Beyond Infinity. And they have effectively lost map control. When you lose map control, the next objective that you tend to lose control of is the Roshan, which is what Mineski.X should be looking to claim for that death profit at the moment, possibly even for the Slog, who by the way has a fresh ultimate op picked up and another 3000 gold in the bank. Is the Roshan, which is what Mineski.X should be looking to claim for that death profit at the moment, possibly even for the Slog, who by the way has a fresh ultimate op picked up and another 3000 gold in the bank. X Nova standing on the top of the world here. He's an Earth Spirit. He's got his 4-star. He's feeling really confident. That Roshan's going to be taken down very comfortably Beyond Infinity. Even if they knew this was happening, I don't think they have the tools needed to contest them. He's got his 4-star. He's feeling really confident. That Roshan's going to be taken down very comfortably Beyond Infinity. Even if they knew this was happening, I don't think they have the tools.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Beyond Infinity trying their very bitter best here to fight back, but Mineski.X is just a matter of time before they start to knock down the next set of Raxes. Let's have a quick look at what else they picked up here. You've got a BKB and a Yules along with a Veil on the Death Prophet. So she's got armor, magic immunity, and straight up evasion, or rather, straight up immunity from the Yule Scepter. While Johnny, I'm assuming he's gonna go for the Eye of Scotty with that ultimate op pickup. More stats is never a bad thing for the Slog. Johnny, assuming he's gonna go for the Eye of Scotty with that ultimate op pickup. He's got that blink dagger on the Tide Hunter as pointed out earlier, but no significant progress thereafter. Not even necessary though. He's even holding on to gem, as every single ward on the side of Beyond Infinity should be dewarded soon if they move down towards the spots, that is. But for now, they're just content to try and take down the next set of Raxes. Exorcism's online, Aegis is on the Slok, and the Tide Hunter has his Ravage. They've got every single tool that they need to commit to this, as Beyond Infinity are gonna have to pull out something from the depths of hell here. They want to come out ahead. Slow and steady is the name of the game here for Mineski.X. All they've got to do is chip away on this tier 3 and come back in slowly but surely. They will get those Raxes, but with the bottom lane pushing in, no real hurry for Mineski.X. They will TP out the Death Prophet in hopes of defending it. Maybe BI sees this as an opportunity and tries and commits to this. They know that they're fighting without the Death Prophet at the moment. She's already making her way back towards the top lane. But yeah, looks like Beyond Infinity has missed that window of opportunity again. They did drop down an Observer Ward on the cliff, and that'll be dewarded immediately again on the back of that gem from the Tide Hunter. He even got the Iron Talent, so no need for him to jump up there. Beyond Infinity playing left in the darkness. Let's have a quick look at what their vision looks like this game. They see nothing at the moment. The only thing they have vision of is that Stark and an occasional Earth Spirit, so they have no clue where anyone is on the side of Mineski.X. However, Mineski.X, it's a similar situation for them inside the Dire base. They've got no Observer Wards placed down here either. Here we go, Exorcism committed. Mineski.X getting up onto the high ground, trying to end this game in style here. Just disciplined Dota at its finest. Keeping Johnny on the slot on the front lines with Kang on the low ground with Izai just standing one step behind to jump in. It's a perfect formation being made by them if they need to jump in. Balasai getting the crush off on Kang with the amp spitted out as well on him. But Kang is not going to be too bothered by that. He'll just use the magic wand charges to get back into fighting shape. Beyond Infinity trying not to fight till they get the BKBs or till they get Exorcism taken out, but Barasai jumped in and got punished for it. Big Earth Spike coming through, while the Slot on the front lines might lose his Aegis. The Sonic Wave connects on multiple heroes, but Thrifty, he's got his BKB in Yule's used, no chance jumps in, doesn't get the call off, he gets silenced immediately. It's just a 1-for-1 trade, 1-for-2 trade actually, as 2 buybacks come out from Beyond Infinity. They've already lost their Raxes. Johnny, there's even a Sentry Ward placed down here, no arrow available. They get the dunk off and get the Aegis away from him. Can they finish the job in the Slot a second time in a row? Johnny immediately with the Dark back in the pants starts to make his retreat. No chance, jumps forward, gets the call off, the arrow will connect as well. They do not have the Finger of Death, but they've got enough lockdowns to bring Johnny down after all. And with the dunks, no chance will secure the money off of that. But it did cost them a couple of buybacks, one on the Axe and one on the Mirana, and they've still lost 2 lanes of Raxes now. Mineski.X still firmly in the driver's seat here. Beyond Infinity struggling to find any sort of recovery. One on the Mirana, and they've still lost 2 lanes of Raxes now. Mineski.X still firmly in the driver's seat here. Beyond Infinity struggling to find any sort of recovery. The Grops just escaping Beyond Infinity for a while now. It's 15,000 net worth in favor of Mineski.X, with about a 10,000 net EXP lead going their way as well. We've got Tidehunter with a good 3,300 gold in the bank, and I'm kind of expecting a refresher off to come out from him here. Then again, armor seems like the way to go versus that Slaughter. Probably a good idea to get a casual plate mail if nothing else. It is a level 2 amp damage after all, so you've got that 15 armor reduction coming out. Do they have any form of armor on the side of Mineski.X at the moment? No armor whatsoever. Double gem being held on to by the Tide, in fact. Yep, he is going for that refresher orb, so real men need no armor. Kraken shell will suffice. Armor on the side of Mineski.X at the moment. Nope. Armor whatsoever. Double gem being held on to by the Tide, in fact. Yep, he is going for that refresher orb, so real men need no armor. Kraken shell will suffice. Another smoke spin popped here. As the Ravage will come online in 10 seconds. I'm going to try and move into the pit, expecting a possible early Rosh respawn, but I don't think Rosh would have respawned at least another couple of minutes. They're going to use scans and smokes to try and find a pick off before pushing the last lane of Raxes down. But it doesn't even matter because Mineski.X can just man mode on the buildings yet again. Beyond Infinity, however, we're going to try and fight outside the base this time around. If they can bring down the Death Prophet before the Exorcism, that'll be a big tool taken away. Extinct, his smoke's been dispelled, so they now know where Beyond Infinity's heroes might have been hanging out. This Beyond Infinity will immediately bail on this, blinking away to safety. That'll be a big tool taken away. Extinct, his smoke's been dispelled, so they now know where Beyond Infinity's heroes might have been hanging out. This Beyond Infinity will immediately bail on this, blinking away to safety.
Go, my sweet sisters, go!
Here we go though, Kang going to work on that tier 3 tower. Mineski.X looking for the push that ends it all. No chance, jumps in, they'll get the arrow connected on top of it. No, the swap is there, Extinct gets stunned instead. His friends will die, but it doesn't matter. The Ravage comes through, the BKB getting popped, and Kang is still alive through it all. The Octarine core helping with the life steal through as well. Winnerpain is down, she buys back immediately. Blizzard's dead, but he's got no buyback available. But Beyond Infinity are now fighting up against a team that's got no Ravage at their disposal. The refresher orb is not finished up on Zai's Tidehunter, and the Exorcism is going to time out on that Death Prophet right about now. But they could try and take a team fight here. Double buybacks have been expended on BI though, so they've got to be careful about the way they take this fight. No chance. Wants to jump in on this, but it looks like Beyond Infinity, they managed a costly hold at this point. We still see the Grops escaping and eluding them. Mineski.X will just wait for Roshan to respawn again, and then hit the reset button with the Aegis in their stash. You've got the refresher orb now finished up on the Tidehunter, which means that the double Ravage is a real possibility for them. We're just not seeing any damage output coming out from Beyond Infinity. They've got no physical DPS heroes, no hard hitters. The only source of damage is the Mirana with the Aghanim Scepter and the Queen of Pain with the Sonic Wave. But those are not nearly enough when the Tidehunter pops his Greaves and gets the heal going for his teammates. And when the Death Prophet pops a BKB, Mirana's pretty much a non-factor. The Aghanim Scepter and the Queen of Pain with the Sonic Wave. But those are not nearly enough when the Tidehunter pops his Greaves and gets the heal going for his teammates. And when the Death Prophet pops a BKB, Mirana's pretty much a non-factor. Once again though, Mineski.X will group up. They're going to lose map control on the high ground here, as Beyond Infinity is going to lose map control on the high ground before the push ensues. The reduced cooldown on the Exorcism with the Octarine core is starting to show through, as the Death Prophet has it at the ready. Ravage will be online in 30 seconds, and that's really the tool that they should wait for. The double Ravage. Roshan's gonna respawn in just a minute's time as well, so Mineski.X could get themselves the Aegis before pushing on the high ground. I can't imagine what else they would need. They've got double Ravage, they've got Exorcism, they'll have the Aegis. And heck, they've even got a full Scary and a Silver Edge on Johnny Slock to work with. No BKB on him though. Could be a crucial factor that Beyond Infinity could exploit. And heck, they've even got a full Scary and a Silver Edge on Johnny Slock to work with. No BKB on him though. Could be a crucial factor that Beyond Infinity could exploit. Here we go, exorcism completed, but immediate call from the Axe. The Ravage number 1 is dead, catches only on No Chance's Axe. He's still alive. Ravage number 2 though, it's a big one and it commits on to 3. Lion is already dead, but Swifty's gone in on the front line. They want to bring down the Death Prophet, but the BKB and the Yules keeps her alive once again. No one on the side of Mineski.X dies, while Swifty uses himself up. He's trying to make his run for it. Will be able to blink away. The silence doesn't come through. Meanwhile, on the front lines, once again, can't seem to get up onto the high ground. Fear of being jumped upon by the Slaughter and the Axe. That exorcism is gonna time out soon. And without the Ravage and the exorcism, they're gonna go in on Johnny. He's been caught as well. He's got the talk back, the Shadow Dance as well. No chance he's about to lose his life. He will go down. He doesn't have a buyback. And that's it. No Chance calls it. The GG Well Played comes out. Beyond Infinity will tap out 38 minutes in as Mineski.X will be your first semi-finalist, at least on this stream, for the TI6 SEA Open Qualifiers. What a match this has been. Mineski.X just out-muscling Beyond Infinity, proving that they are the better team today. Stay with me, folks. This is Cloud.X. We're not done for the day just yet. We'll be coming back with more matches. This time it's going to be Mineski.X playing their first semi-final game of the tournament. Unfortunately, this is where the road for Beyond Infinity ends. But of course, if you're enjoying the stream, do follow us on twitch.tv/AFKGamingEsports. And you can type exclamation casters in chat. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and your support and constructive criticism would be much appreciated. Thanks once again, folks. I'm going to quickly swallow lunch before we jump into the next game. We'll be right back. But of course, if you're enjoying the stream, do follow us on twitch.tv/AFKGamingEsports. And you can type exclamation casters in chat. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and your support and constructive criticism would be much appreciated.
Let's get on
Thanks
with
once
it.
again, folks. I'm going to quickly swallow lunch before we jump into the next game. We'll be right back. But of course, if you're enjoying the stream, do follow us on twitch.tv/AFKGamingEsports. And you can type exclamation casters in chat. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and your support and constructive criticism would be much appreciated.
Let's get on
Thanks
with
once
it.
again, folks. I'm going to quickly swallow lunch before we jump into the next game. We'll be right back. But of course, if you're enjoying the stream, do follow us on twitch.tv/AFKGamingEsports. And you can type exclamation casters in chat. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and your support and constructive criticism would be much appreciated.
Let's get on
Thanks
with
once
it.
again, folks. I'm going to quickly swallow lunch before we jump into the next game. We'll be right back. But of course, if you're enjoying the stream, do follow us on twitch.tv/AFKGamingEsports. And you can type exclamation casters in chat. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and your support and constructive criticism would be much appreciated.
Let's get on
Thanks
with
once
it.
again, folks. I'm going to quickly swallow lunch before we jump into the next game. We'll be right back.
They're beating on Dire's top tower. It looks like Dire fortified their structures. It looks like Dire fortified their structures.
We need to land So proper reference to one or two. This game is so different from the game we played against LGD like an hour ago. Proper reference to one or two. So different from the game we played against LGD like an hour ago. The only thing different from the last match is his body. One lane is playing Earth Spirit this one instead of back like last game. So he sort of like from last match is his body. One lane initiate Earth Spirit this one instead of back so like last game. A little bit so he sort of like under pressure for him. Yeah, if you come back in this game with a far behind, you really need a fight and reaction from him.
Radiant took down Roshan. I trust there was a good reason.
Regeneration.
In terms of farming,
I trust there was a
really,
good reason.
good.
Regeneration.
Guardian 3 want to achieve guard, idols or death in terms of farming, but that's not most important thing of type hunter to achieve guard, idols or death. That's not most important thing of type hunter. Oh. And EMP kills a lot of I mean boss like 50 up and EMP kills a lot of I mean boss like 50 up
Dire let all their bottom towers fall.
Beaver.
The barracks may be next.
Put in
Dire let all their bottom towers fall. The barracks may be next. Radiant's top tower is a little better.
EMP one of the EMP not that was
Killing spree.
suck quite more forward but back right but I think không phải cái màu đó không đi heavy đi ra cái này đi cái này cái này above cái này cái way main season I don't think they are able to defend direct like hit
Dire's
they
bottom
got
barracks
it
have fallen.
why did creepers I don't think they are able to defend direct
Mega kill!
right now okay it's a GD call from team new 44
Radiant's tower isn't going to last
Six days
long. Radiant
kill the escape they no but do the second game kill the escape they no but do the second game
The battle resumes.